The wrestling world is still grappling with the shocking turn of events that unfolded after WWE's Saturday Night Main Event. What had promised to be a hard-fought, high-stakes match between two of the most formidable competitors in the business, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, took an unexpected and violent twist. Cody Rhodes retained his undisputed WWE Championship against Owens in a contest that was brutal, emotionally charged, and full of tension. Yet, it was the post-match drama that stole the show and left fans worldwide in disbelief. After a fierce battle, when the bell rang to signal his loss, Kevin Owens, already carrying the weight of months of unresolved personal conflicts, completely snapped. Frustrated, humiliated, and unable to deal with the agony of defeat, Owens launched a ruthless assault on the champion. A devastating piledriver left Rhodes motionless in the ring, adding a dark and violent chapter to an already bitter rivalry. The shockwaves reverberated through the WWE Universe, but perhaps no one was as stunned as Owens himself when he was confronted backstage by Triple H, the WWE Chief Content Officer, in an explosive altercation that only added more fuel to the fire. Now, with speculation running rampant, fans are left wondering what the future holds for Owens. Will Triple H impose severe punishment for Owens's violent outburst? What repercussions will the prizefighter face for this shocking act of defiance? As the dust settles and the situation continues to unfold, it's crucial to step back and reflect on the motivations behind Owens's actions. Was this merely the reaction of a frustrated wrestler whose emotions boiled over, or was there something much deeper at play? In this segment, we'll analyze the reasons behind Owens's actions, the psychological and emotional factors that led him to this point, and why, in this case, we should consider defending the prizefighter. The rivalry between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes had been building for months. On one side, we had Cody Rhodes, the beloved champion who carried the weight of the undisputed WWE Championship. This title was more than just a championship belt for Cody. It was a symbol of his bloodline, the legacy of his family, and the realization of his dreams. On the other side stood Kevin Owens, brash, unapologetic, and determined to prove that he was more than just a fighter. Owens wasn't looking to play second fiddle in the WWE hierarchy. He was a man with a singular purpose: to carve his own legacy by toppling the so-called American dream and dethroning a fan favorite in Cody Rhodes. While Owens may have the physical prowess and in-ring skill to match any WWE superstar, his journey has been far from smooth. His career is defined not just by his victories, but by his struggles and the personal battles he has fought. Owens has never been the typical hero or villain. He's always been a complex character, one who blurs the lines between right and wrong. Throughout his time in WWE, Owens has sought to prove that he is more than just a brawler. He's a tactician, a cerebral powerhouse who knows how to manipulate the dynamics of the WWE Universe to his advantage. But behind that cold, calculating exterior lies a man who has often felt overlooked, betrayed, and frustrated by a system that seems to favor others. For months, Owens had been building a narrative of defiance. His mission wasn't just about winning the title, it was about making a statement. He was on a mission to dismantle the myth of the American dream, which Rhodes had come to represent. This wasn't just about dethroning the champion. It was about Owens reclaiming control, about proving that he was more than just a name in the mid-card. He was fighting to leave behind the label of underdog and to ascend to the ranks of WWE's elite. In his mind, defeating Cody Rhodes was a necessary step to ensure his place at the top of the mountain. Yet, despite all of Owens's efforts and determination, he was unable to claim victory. This loss wasn't just another defeat in his career, it was a devastating blow to his identity. It's easy to dismiss Owens's post-match attack as nothing more than the actions of a sore loser, someone who couldn't handle the sting of defeat. But such a simplistic explanation fails to do justice to the emotional complexity of Owens's character. This wasn't just about losing a match. This was about losing everything Owens had worked for. His entire persona, the narrative he had built for months, came crashing down when he couldn't overcome Cody Rhodes. This was personal for Owens. He didn't just lose a chance at a title. He lost the opportunity to prove to the WWE Universe and to himself that he was the most dangerous, most dominant force in the company. In that moment, Owens felt betrayed, not by Rhodes, but by the entire system that had rejected him time and time again. Owens's actions in the ring that night were fueled by more than just anger. They were the culmination of months of built-up frustration, self-doubt, and the desperate need to reassert himself in a world that had left him on the sidelines. In a moment where logic would dictate that he walk away, Owens chose to lash out with a devastating pile driver, a move steeped in history, a move designed to cause harm and send a message. This wasn't a simple finishing maneuver, it was an exclamation point. Owens wasn't just attacking Cody Rhodes, he was sending a warning to everyone in WWE, including Triple H, the locker room, and the fans. His actions were a cry for attention, a cry for validation, and a statement that he would not be overlooked any longer. The drama didn't end with Owens's violent attack. In the aftermath, Owens made a bold and unexpected move. He grabbed the Winged Eagle Championship, holding it aloft as if it were his own. For many, this act was a slap in the face, an ultimate act of disrespect. But for Owens, this moment represented more than just petty defiance. It was an assertion of control. He had just lost the undisputed WWE Championship, but in that brief moment, he took ownership of something that symbolized everything he had been fighting for. Owens wasn't just another challenger who came and went. He was positioning himself as a permanent fixture at the top, a force to be reckoned with. Enter Triple H, the man who has seen it all, the man who built his legendary status in WWE through ruthless ambition and an unyielding drive to be the best. Triple H, as the chief content officer, knew that what Owens had done couldn't go unchecked. His confrontation with Owens backstage wasn't merely about discipline, it was about sending a message to the entire locker room. As the face of authority in WWE, Triple H needed to remind everyone that no one, not even the most dangerous superstar, is above the company's rules. His job was to maintain order, respect, and integrity within WWE, and Owens had crossed a line. But in this moment of confrontation, it's important to remember that Triple H has walked a similar path to Owens. He too was once a man who bent and broke the rules to achieve greatness. Triple H didn't earn his iconic status by following the rules. He earned it by making his own. So while his actions against Owens may have been justified on the surface, there's a certain hypocrisy in punishing Owens for doing what Triple H himself had done time and time again during his career. The backstage altercation between Owens and Triple H was a high-stakes moment, full of tension and emotion. Owens didn't back down from Triple H. Instead, he stood his ground, refusing to be intimidated. This wasn't a petty feud. It was an ideological clash, a power struggle that symbolized Owens's refusal to be controlled. In a company built on authority and respect, Owens was willing to risk everything for the sake of asserting his identity and making it clear that no one, not even Triple H, could tell him what to do. The WWE Universe has been divided by Owens's actions. Some fans view him as a villain who crossed the line, while others see him as a man who is finally being true to himself and the business. Owens has long been a fan favorite, but his actions at Saturday night's main event represented a shift in his character. This wasn't just about titles and championships. This was about Owens establishing himself as a dominant force, someone who will no longer play by the rules or conform to expectations. For those of us who defend Kevin Owens, it's essential to understand that what transpired wasn't simply a heel turn, it was the next chapter in his evolution. Owens has been pushed to his limits, and when a person is backed into a corner, they often lash out. Owens's actions were a direct response to the system that had marginalized him for years. He wasn't seeking revenge, he was making a statement. He wasn't the underdog fighting for respect anymore. He was a man ready to take what he believed was his, no matter the cost. One of the key elements that drove Owens's actions was his complicated relationship with Sami Zayn. The betrayal of Zayn, which had been building for months, played a pivotal role in Owens's decision to lash out. Owens is a man driven by personal rivalries, and his actions against Zayn were a reflection of his willingness to make the hard choices, even if it meant losing a friend in the process. For Owens, securing his place in WWE's hierarchy was far more important than preserving friendships. Sometimes, the price of greatness is the sacrifice of everything, including relationships. The gauntlet match set up by Triple H on Monday Night Raw is the next chapter in Kevin Owens's saga. Owens now finds himself facing three of WWE's toughest competitors, with his career on the line. The pressure is immense, and the uncertainty surrounding his future only adds to the stakes. Can Owens survive this challenge and prove his worth? Or will his career come crashing down? Whatever the outcome, one thing is clear. Kevin Owens isn't going down without a fight. Facing punishment is only one part of Owens's journey. This is an opportunity for him to prove that he's more than just a man who resorts to violence when things don't go his way. Owens has the chance to rise to the occasion, to overcome adversity, and to show the WWE Universe that he is a force to be reckoned with. If Owens survives the gauntlet match, it will be a moment of redemption, a moment when he not only redeems himself in the eyes of the fans, but also reaffirms his place as one of the most dangerous superstars in WWE today. In conclusion, Kevin Owens's actions at Saturday night's main event were extreme, but they were not without deep-rooted motivations. His frustration, the bitter rivalry with Cody Rhodes, and his betrayal of Sami Zayn all played a part in shaping the violent explosion we witnessed. Owens wasn't just looking for revenge. He was fighting for his place in WWE, for respect, and for control over his own destiny. His message was clear: Kevin Owens will not be controlled. Now, as Owens faces the consequences of his actions, one thing remains certain. The prizefighter's journey is far from over. Whether you love him or hate him, Kevin Owens is on the path to becoming more dangerous and unpredictable than ever before. And for all those watching closely, it's clear that this may only be the beginning of Owens's most compelling and unpredictable chapter yet.